Shopify and WordPress. 20 years ago, when you want to build a website, you need to hire engineers. So for the engineers, they need to spend quite a great deal of time to prepare a website. But nowadays, people no more unless you are a big company. They are doing through most of them through those WordPress, Wix, all these tools. And those tools are no code. And as well as the Shopify e-commerce. In the past, used to have a lot of engineers spend a lot of effort, and customer need to spend a lot of resources, time, and money to build a e-commerce website. But for now, most of the people tend to choose Shopify because it's fast and reliable. So these are the no code. So in fact, if you see, there are more than 64% of the website currently CMS are using through WordPress. Does it mean? It means that no code enables anyone or everyone to do something without the spending so much on the resources, time, and money. Same goes to what we vision for Inistate can help, because we see a lot of SME or even corporates need that kind of workflow system. In the past, they have to build through extensive coding, testing, and deployment. But now with Inistate, all this can be done without any coding, and it's real time and fast. So no code or low code simply means that without the engineering and technical knowledge, you can build something through the platform. There are a lot of tools in the market, not just we are doing, in fact, in all kind of industry or sector, such as like workflow automation, application development, software development, e-commerce, and marketing. I'm sure some of you might use and come across some of the product here. So Inistate is part of the workflow no code ecosystem. We are in this workflow management system and app development. Some of the familiar product you might heard of, like Google Form, Airtable, Trello, all these belongs to no code as well. So in the past, the software built extensively by a lot of people. They are involved to build a simple software. Even a simple software, you need to discover the requirement. Then the engineer or business analyst or project manager will do the design. Then the engineer will do the coding and development. After that, the QA and the software tester will test it. Then engineer will do the deployment, set up the server. Then after that, to do the maintenance. There's so much people and resources are involving. So that's why you need to spend a lot of time in all these processes. And to make it even worse, every time when there is a changes, you need to go through all these 6 cycles. So you can imagine like adding a few, changing a little bit of the workflow. You might, of course, need to spend maybe 2 weeks at least, because you need to go through, and each of the steps involve different people. So how does it change for no code, and especially for Inistate? We remove all the steps through like development, QA testing, release, and maintenance. In fact, we are not removing. It's done by our professional team, and we consolidate into a single platform. So you get this workflow management or your app on mobile and web and mobile web directly straight away through our platform. And what you have to do to build your own software is only consists of 3 steps. Discovery, to know what you want, to discover what you want, to design something. A simple design will do, because you can change along the way, and you do the configuration. Instead of development, you just click, drag and drop, type something, then you get the software, and the cycle repeat. It reduces 90% of the time, so you save like maybe 10 days Now in the past, maybe you use like 10 days. Now you might need only to use less than 1 day. Maybe you are curious. Later, we'll show you a simple one, how we configure in real time. So you can see how powerful is it, like using no code. You can change along the way when you want to improve your processes. Okay, so we show you few example. First example I'm going to show you is a computer repair. There's our customer, and in the past we used to build their software, we build their system. Of course, it spend a lot of time and resources, and but after that we introduce them the Inistate. So they are building complex workflow. So just word of caution, don't be get scared or surprised and shocked by the workflow they are designed. Okay, it's not built by one. So I just want to show you. You don't have to remember, you don't have to understand this thing because it's too complex. Okay, it's not all started within 1 day. Is you see different color means that different department are in charge, and the line means that which it can lead to. This is how a workflow do. When a people going through when a company with different department, different team, not necessary for one case they are involving all the parts, so it will be ultimately confusing because you are exposed to many information. So how a workflow can help is that two particular step, as you can see, they are even you see that it's so complex, right? But then only particular step, there are only few options you can have, like representing the color. For example, when you are in this stage, only one path you can opt for. So the people they are involved are exposed or given the information only when it is needed here. Then they also know what to do next. And after they're done, the state changes, then they are updated, and the whole team know that this is move on to the next step. Okay, so they are built by one at the start, then they're slowly growing their workflow, involving more department. For example, at the start, maybe they just involved in customer service, is a PC repair process. After that, they are involving in the engineering side, involving the procurement side, and also at the last involving accounting and the billing side. So that is how it can expand infinitely. So your that will be a smooth communication without communication breakdown on the routine process. Okay, this is how the system works. Also, I would like to introduce another case study, which is a bakery we did. It's a multinational bakery that have branches in all the in the region. So at the start, they do it with the ticketing. Ticketing simply means that when something is broken or something need to be repaired, so what are the process involved? This is the ticketing and asset management. How is it? When is it purchased? And maintenance as well. They have like preventive, and normal maintenance. What it means by preventive maintenance, for example, the cooler, the fridge, the freezer are very important for F&B. Any spoil without proper preventive maintenance, if the fridge or the freezer are spoiled, all the food inside are gone. So they need to, the gone is a small thing, but then it might affect if you have a great impact on the reputation if the customer are consuming this food. So that the system that we are created for them remind and alert to trace all the maintenance cycle. Yeah, some maintenance are done weekly, some are done monthly, some are done quarterly, some are done semi-annually or annually. So how do you trace all these things? So with a system, a workflow, this can be traced easily internally. And the vehicle maintenance, then slowly they find the value of the Inistate, so they grow even more processes they are involving. So you grow to human resource, there are a lot of traceability needed, like requirement, confirmation, increment, resignation, or system request. What I mean by resignation, for big company or ISO need to be certified by ISO company, they usually need a process to control the information. For example, you have people that are onboarding. What are the systems they can log on to? So the IT will base on that to check there is a checklist. What based on the role, what system he can access. Same goes to when they are resign, they are offboarding, the risk access also need to be removed. So this is the system request process. People might asking us that, hey, why we are choosing you? Why we don't choose those off the shelf? That means what you available on the market for human resources management. Yes, to most of the cases, we are even recommending go and try out the uh, ready-made product, see whether it suits you. So what we are focusing on is the workflow. Even we are working with them because some they need a special approval metrics, special routing. They need more control over the process rather than following the process of what is currently happening. Okay, what given by the standard HR system. So of course we are not so specialized into those ready-made product, but the good thing is we able to build or you are able to manage the process or design the process that you want. Okay, so the human resources, then spending to purchasing. Normally for the purchasing, there are people that are involved in like the requesting side, then the approval side, after that the vendor, and the last will be the stock or inventory warehouse side. So in the past they use paper, they use WhatsApp to communicate, and with this then the whole thing will be smoother because they can see within the one system for the workflow. So yeah, normally we able to integrate with the inventory system. The standard inventory system from Malaysia will be like auto count, all this that we are not doing that. Then we can do, but we recommend our customer to use like auto count or other software that have full functionality of the inventory. Then we can do the approval. So for example, they can create purchasing, then they can make all kind of adjustment, generate the template they want, exactly what they want. Then after that with a flow, maybe HR, HOD, then ultimate after that, like beyond 5,000, beyond 10,000 will be approved by the director. Then only that pay point after approved, then we do the integration to the AutoCAD. So it make it simpler and niche because we have even the mobile app. Later we will show you how is it working. So not the boss have the luxurious of time sitting out the office to go through the AutoCAD or this the firm. In fact, the AutoCAD or all other accounting system are for accounting. In fact, so for the boss, maybe they just want to see the purchase order. It makes sense. They do the approval. Then these data are pushing right away onto these data are pushing right away into the auto count. So it makes the whole thing neat and smooth. There's no communication breakdown because the data are pushing directly. So there is no manual entry by the accountant and making mistake. So that is the good there will be a good improvement of that. So the admin management as well, there are a lot of management needed. This just few example. Okay, so accounting management as well. So like I explained, we are not into the accounting side, but there are some approval they need because they don't want anyone. I think most of the time if you have 100 staff, you have staff that are on the side, you don't want them to access the AutoCAD for 100 staff, right? So you need them to have the mobility also. So that is where we can come in to provide the workflow with mobile app, whether they are inside the office or outside the office. They can just create an invoice, get approved or whatever, then all these data are pushing right away into the system that they want.